Hello flower friends. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a compost vase foam free, no foam involved. I'm Ellen Frost. I'm a florist, I host an online community, and I write a free weekly newsletter all about flowers. Now let's get into it. Composts are notorious for florists using foam in them. It's because they're wide and low, and it's hard to keep flowers in place, so you need a mechanic. Today I'm going to show you how I use chicken wire, my favorite sustainable mechanic for composts. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just hook this together by the ends and create what looks like a tube of chicken wire. And now I'm going to fold the ends on in itself. And what you're really looking for is 2 points of contact for your flowers. If you only have 1 point of contact, your flowers can still move around a lot. I'm going to put it inside my vase, and like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can just squish it in there. Now that I've got my chicken wire in, I'm going to fill up my vase about 2/3 of the way full. So the first thing I'm going to use is some of this flowering cherry. Now, flowering branches are a little bit heavier, but your chicken wire is plenty strong to hold these in place. So I'm going to trim these up a little bit, taking off these side shoots, and maybe even taking off this side. When you're using flowering branches, you want to give them a clean cut, and then you want to cut up into the stem, just like this, so that it helps the stem take up water. So now that I've got my branches in, I can always go back and add some more. I'm going to put some of this fragrant stock in my design. Stock is like got a spicy smell to it. And because I don't have any foliage, I'm going to be using this stock to cover that chicken wire. While I love chicken wire, I don't want it to be seen by anybody who is checking out my design. So I'm going to cut my stock, this fluffy stock, a little bit shorter than I would normally cut a line flower, so that it can start to cover up some of these mechanics. Next, I'm going to use another line flower. This is Snapdragon. Snapdragons bloom from the bottom up. If you have a lot of this top of the Snapdragon that's unbloomed, you might want to do a little trim. I like to do just like a little slanted trim here. You can take off some of that top bloom. Nobody will even notice that it's gone. I'm going to start with 3 snaps, see how that goes. My next line flower are Bells of Ireland. They're one of my favorite spring flowers. I'm going to use these, again, kind of long. They've got great shape. They're so fun. I like to try to use these in odd numbers. So we're going to do 5 in this one. I love this bright spring green that it adds to the design as well. Now, as I'm going, I'd just like to assess how things are looking. I do want to add one more little branch in here. A little bit of this branch. Yep, right there. Perfect. The next thing I'm going to put in are some focal flowers. Now, focal flowers are your face flower. They're the big, beautiful flowers that you're going to add to your design. I'm going to use these poppies. As they continue to open, they're going to have really big, beautiful open faces. And I'm putting them in sort of partially open so that they'll continue to open inside the vase. I'm putting them through the chicken wire inside my vase. but I'm letting them pop out a little bit here so that they're really showing off and not hiding. You can see here, this one is just starting to open. It has a little bit of its cover still on. I'm going to leave that and let it fall off on its own. Now when we're designing, we're usually designing from the top down, so we're looking at the design from a designer's point of view. But we want to remember that this is going to go on a dining room table and people are going to look at the sides here. So I want to make sure that there are some blooms at eye level as well. The next flower I'm going to use are some secondary focals. So I'm letting my poppies be the big, beautiful flowers, and some secondary focals are going to be my tulips. This one is one of my favorites. It's called Exotic Emperor. It has these really cool pointy petals, and when it opens, again, I'm leaving them kind of closed so that they'll continue to open in the vase. They have a really beautiful star-shaped bloom. So I want to make sure that my stem is nice and clean. I've taken all the leaves off, but I've also taken anything else that could get stuck on the chicken wire. Because sometimes when I'm putting things in the chicken wire, I might look at it and then I'll want to take it out and move it. And if there's anything that might catch on the chicken wire, you want to make sure that that's not there so that you can pull them out easily without any friction. And remember that your tulips do weird things in designs. They continue to keep growing. So I'm going to keep them a little bit shorter. I'm not going to keep them as tall as the poppies because these flowers could grow up to 6 inches in your design. So I'm going to use a few more of these sort of creamy, white-ish yellow. They're almost the exact same color as the stock, which is really nice. I'm going to put a couple other tulips in. These are just some light pink, really cute, very springy. And I'm going to leave this one little leaf on. Usually I like to take all of the leaves off of my tulips, but this one actually looks kind of cute, so I'm going to leave that on. All right, next I'm going to put in some ranunculus. So I'm adding some of these brighter yellow ranunculus into my design. They feel super springy and they are really a richer hue than these creamy yellows, but they are going to really pop against these spring colors. Now I've got some yellows in. I'm going to also put in some of these hotter bright pink, and how cool are these? They've got a white center that really ties together this color palette. Can you have too many ranunculus? I feel like you can't. Now I'm going to put in some of my daffodils. Now there's a trick to using daffodils in design. These daffodils I have trimmed and let them sit in their own vase for a couple of hours to let all of the sap from the daffodil ooze out. So what you want to remember when you do that is to not recut them, because if you recut them, that sap will continue to come out. So I'm going to leave them as they are. Daffodils are so fun in spring designs. All right, so I'm almost finished, but I want to go through and double check that you can't see any of that chicken wire, because that is the mechanic that I'm trying to hide. And I also want to make sure that my edges are totally covered. I don't want to see any of that chicken wire peeking out through the edges. The first thing I can use is some of this stock, which is really fluffy. And what I would do is cut it down really short and stick it right in the bottom here. So you can see now that that edge is softened and you can't see into the arrangement and see the chicken wire. If you're used to using floral foam in your compotes, I hope that this video encourages you to try something new.